Bioecological learning theory. Yuri Bronfenbrenner expanded the idea of bioecological learning theory. He believed that a person's development was directly affected by everything in their surrounding immediate environment. There are 5 learning systems in this theory: the microsystem, the mesosystem, the exosystem, the macrosystem, and the chronosystem. They are all in sequential order and one fits inside the other. The first one is the microsystem. This is the system which is closest to the person, the one which they are directly involved. This includes the likes of home and school life and the people in these places, and also family, friends and carers. Because it's the closest system, it's the most influential of them all. One of the main contributors to this theory was the idea that a child's development is best understood by looking at their surroundings and influences, as this is a catalyst for their development. As well as these are influences, of course, in their culture and in which they live and their own biology. Another key point to remember is that relationships are bidirectional, meaning that your reactions to people in the microsystems will affect how they treat you.
The next level of the bioecological learning theory is the mesosystem, after the microsystem. The mesosystem consists of the interactions between the different parts of a person's microsystem. Also, it is where a person's individual microsystems do not function independently. The mesosystem is further away from the child because they are not directly involved with the child, but they influence the child's life, for example, school friends, extended family, such as aunts, uncles, and cousins. The mesosystem contains the relationship between itself and the microsystem. The way a child develops is not only influenced by their immediate environment, but by a surrounding environment such as culture.
The third system in Yuri Bronfenbrenner's bioecological learning theory is the exosystem. The exosystem is a system that does not directly involve the person as an active participant. However, it still affects them significantly without their knowledge of its effect. An example of this would be social media in a teenager's life and its effects on their interactions with each other. A significant fraction of a child's exosystem is their parents' workplace. If one of the child's parents received a promotion at work, this would result in a larger gross income for the entire family, which would mean the child would be able to experience new things in life, go to new places, and receive help if they are struggling in school. However, despite this aspect of a child's life being positive, it has a chance to be negative as well, as it might mean that the parent may have to work longer hours due to a larger workload, which could result in less parent-child interactions or negative interactions.
The fourth learning system is the macrosystem. The macrosystem refers to the cultural environment an individual is raised. The macrosystem broken down refers to the factors that influence an individual, such as the family he or she is born into. They might be of a certain religion or of a certain background that will influence how the child will be raised. An everyday example would be a child born into extreme poverty. He or she will have to get a job at an early age. A simple example of this would be in Africa. Another in complete contrast is a child born into extreme wealth. This will have a high level of education and a high job and will have little or no responsibilities on the family. An everyday example would be a child born in America with a very good background. An everyday example, such as watching television with your parents. You may find something funny, while your parents may find this upsetting. This is an example of the macrosystem, as your parents were influenced by their parents who were raised during a different time. No matter what, we've all been through the macrosystem. The macrosystem will always be around and is a very valuable asset as it teaches children how to behave properly or poorly, the religion they may follow, or the people who they may turn out to be. So remember, for future references, anything you do, your kids are mostly going to be influenced by this.
The chronosystem is the final level in Bronfenbrenner's ecological systems theory. The chronosystem consists of the environmental effects and transitions that occur throughout a child's life, including any socio-historical events. It also includes the role of time and the timing of an event during a person's life. Here are some examples of how the chronosystem affects a child's development. Using a child as an example, if a child experiences the death of a parent, such an event would have a great effect on the child's development. However, the timing of an event also has an influence. For instance, if the child was 3 years old when the death of a parent occurred, the child would be affected differently if it was a teenager. Technology could be another example which can be an important part of a child's chronosystem. Growing up playing video games could have an influence on the child's learning style and the social skills. Also, in terms of time, with technology, is different to the child being born 20 years earlier. As mentioned earlier, the Corona system includes socio-historical events. For instance, the last 30 years there has been an increase in the opportunity for women to pursue careers than before. This could have an effect on a female child if she was brought up in the mid or early 20th century in terms of the type of lifestyle she would have. This could also be said for people who were brought up during the Great Depression or World War II, where, for example, it might be expected of someone to join the army, which could affect their view of life.
In conclusion, it is clear to say that Bronfenbrenner's bioecological learning theory is a complicated yet easy to understand way of viewing and understanding the different factors affecting a child's development. This is constructed in a panoptical way under the 5 following systems: the microsystem, the mesosystem, the exosystem, the macrosystem, and the chronosystem.